Welcome this Sunday evening. We're here a little earlier than we were last week. Hold on, let's make sure we got this rolling. Sorry about that, guys. We had to unplug this thing, but we are here, ladies and gentlemen, breaking it down, like I said, a little earlier than last night. I mean, last night was at 2 a.m. We were there till last night, just 2 a.m. across the board. But anyways, Tennessee gets the 6-1 win over North Carolina. The Vols are 2-0 in Omaha, sitting in a beautiful position. To get to that championship series, to get to that vaulted championship series. I mean, as we all know, if you follow college baseball at all, if you play on day one and you go 2-0, you get that extra day off. Tennessee will not play again until Wednesday. Still got their number 3 guy to go. It's not crazy to say now, guys. We can legitimately start talking about it. I mean, Tennessee's the number 1 overall seed in the tournament. We can start talking a little 1999 Miami, I think, now. I mean, Tennessee's 1 win away from going to the championship series starting on Saturday. It'll be a best of 2 out of 3 series for people that aren't familiar. But Tennessee's setting up fantastic. And a lot of that is because of they played on day one. And that's just kind of the advantage you have. A lot of people kind of talk about that. If you go 2-0, they talked about it a little bit on the broadcast. As you can see behind me, that is a massive advantage there. And Tennessee sitting pretty, man. Just kind of a opposite game from Friday night against Florida State. Wasn't it sloppy? Tennessee had a couple errors, 2 to 3 errors against Florida State off the top of my head. Tonight, 0, not near as many walks, hits, batters. Just an overall pretty complete effort for the Volunteers across the board. I mean, starting with pitching. I mean, Drew Beam goes 5 innings, gives up 4 hits, 1 earned run. Kirby Cannell comes in 2 innings, gives up 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. Sorry, Beam had 7 strikeouts. Then Nate Snead comes and cleans it up. He went 2 innings, no hits. Did have 2 walks. Had 2 walks. So that's something to keep an eye on there that you wouldn't needs to settle in. Again, you don't like giving up. Well, you hate giving up. But you see, I feel like it's a lot more frequent in today's game. It'd be interesting to get someone on the show to talk about that has a little bit more of expertise than I do on the background of that. But it's just probably as powerful as these arms are. It's sometimes the best way to get someone out is just, hey, hitting's hard enough. I mean, as you guys know, if you're a career 300 hitter in baseball, you're going to be in the Hall of Fame. You're going to hit 3 out of 10 times. It's hard enough to play baseball. Usually people get themselves out. But, yep, MP, bro, go Vols, baby. Vols are sitting pretty. With that said, though, Tennessee will now await the winner of either Florida State or North Carolina. So they're going to get a rematch of somebody they already played. But hitting tonight at the plate, I mean, how about Kavaris Tears, man? How about Kavaris Tears? That's why we put him in the title tonight, just tearing it up, baby. Has 4 hits in this World Series in Omaha. Probably Tennessee's most consistent bat so far. And it's always funny in these College World Series. Tennessee Junior Tears with the game tonight. Massive game for Kavaris. Thought it was great that Wright showing his parents right when he hit that home run to put up Tennessee 3-0. But you usually take someone that hasn't been, that you didn't expect to kind of step up there, and they have. And it takes some arms, too, like that to totally step up. Just some other notes around the game. Tennessee looked really loose. Just a really loose grip. It looked like you could tell they had been there, 3 of the last 4 years? You could tell. It looked like an experience. And I know all those guys haven't been on all 3 of those teams. But it looked like a team that was comfortable in their own shoes. That, like I said, y'all remember, if you go back, I highly encourage you, go back and listen to the post-game reaction after the Florida State game. That was a springboard game for Tennessee on Friday night, guys. You see it all the time in sports. Snowball effect. People get the ball rolling down the hill, get that big snowball going. Tennessee looked really loose, kind of a team of destiny. I'm telling you. I like the way the pitching staff shapes up. Tennessee's all their arms are ready to go, especially you factor in that extra day's rest. Again, they don't play till Wednesday. Tennessee Junior said Dryland, solid as well. Very nice win versus a solid club. Exactly. Dylan Dryland had a good game as well, and it was a good win. Put you in a great situation. I mean, Tennessee's in the best shape in the country right now. No one else is in good of a shape. They get that extra day. and they're playing good baseball. They didn't play well on Friday night, but again, they found a way to win the game, and that's going to be a springboard game, I think. If I'm 25, I feel really good. I feel really good about that. But overall, man, just setting up nice. Again, Florida State's pitching kind of dips off. I think after their first, they got a big start by our guy. What was it? What's the guy's name? Pitched for Florida State today. Florida State, BGBA. He had a fantastic start. What was the kid? I was watching it and just totally. Oh, it's for a conversation for another day. But I thought he did well. But really, after him and Jamie Arnold, who Tennessee saw on Friday night, and their number 2, who slips my mind as much, pitching staff drops off a little bit there. Florida State. That's why I thought Friday was a much more a must-win situation. I mean, it's a must. You never want to go in the losers bracket. You see the stats they post on TV all the time. Was it 2010, South Carolina, 2014, Oregon State? A handful of teams have lost that first game and come back. So you're in a hole automatically. But Tennessee's pitching staff shapes up a little bit better. Yeah, Cody, I would tone that down a little bit, brother. Tennessee hadn't become the new LSU. Paul Navy's right. You got to win a title first. You got to win a couple titles first if we're going to put you in the LSU range. I mean, it's not like we're sitting here. It's like, well, LSU hasn't won one in over a decade. They just won one last year, guys. So I wouldn't go that far yet, Cody. But I feel you. I've said it. I got hell on Twitter by some people a couple weeks ago when Tennessee won the SEC tournament in Hoover. Tony Vitello. Here it is. I would love to hear the comments here. I see there's 72 people watching this right now. Give me your comments, Tennessee fans. Tony Vitello. He could lose the next 2 games against Florida State and North Carolina. This won't change my opinion. Is a top 5 coach, top 5 men's coach in the big 3 sports. So hear me out. Tony Vitello right now. If I'm building a basketball, football, or baseball program right now, men's in the Southeastern Conference, throw in Oklahoma and Texas. They're in it too. All 16 teams. Tony Vitello is a top 5 coach, in my opinion, to build that around. I'm not counting women's. I'm not counting Dawn Staley. I forget Oklahoma's softball coach slips my mind. I'm not talking about Patty Quinn. I'm not talking about those people. They do a phenomenal job. Just talking about the big 3 and in the big 3 men's sports. Tony Vitello is a top 5 coach I'd want to build my program around. Players coach, young guy, energetic. I like that he wears his emotions on his sleeve. He's a competitor. Some people don't like him, but I like Tony Vitello. But for Tennessee, sitting pretty, guys. Really, if I had to guess, I think they probably played North Carolina again. If I'm picking that game on Tuesday, right? Yeah, Tuesday. I'm going to probably go North Carolina. I think North Carolina is going to win that game and going to go have to beat Tennessee twice. I don't really see that happening. Cody, true, but that is the field. Tony V is a top 5 coach, yes, and has a lot of years left. Yeah, you're right. Some other things to kind of just chat about here, guys, before we get you out of here, before you got to go to the dreaded Monday work week. It's sitting 10:47 Eastern, 9:47 for you Central Standard Time Zone people. Yeah, Dylan Dreiling, another guy kind of stands out from that standpoint overall, though. But really just, I mean, Tennessee just their ability to not make mistakes defensively today. Pitched well, didn't walk people. I thought a phenomenal Drew Beam effort. And then the back end guys to come close it out. And I thought you had some good plate appearances. I did. Kavares Tears leading you the way right now. Tennessee's just playing well. Just playing well. It looks real comfortable, man. That's what kind of stood out to me. I'm like, yep. They used that as a springboard Friday. They used that as a springboard. They came out in the all blacks, which I love, by the way. Oh, I don't know if you follow us a lot on SEC Unfiltered. I talk about my in-laws are big Tennessee people. I'm actually my in-laws right now. You can see behind me. You got the smoky thing hanging up right there. So I'll talk about that. But my point being, Tennessee never in I know it's a little off topic. Basketball never wears the blacks. Just Rick Barnes goes with the orange and white. But football and basketball, baseball go black. I like Tennessee's black unis. I like Tennessee's black unis. Do we walk Honeycutt next time and not attempt another tank? Yeah, I think you still go attack. I think you still go attack him. I do. I think you still go attack him there overall. But guys, I appreciate you joining us here. That's a pretty clean game for Tennessee across the board. Tennessee 2-0, the number 1 overall seed, is in good a shape as anybody. I mean, obviously, the winner of Texas A&M Kentucky will be right there, but they don't have that extra day. Like I keep mentioning, if you're just joining us, going 2-0, if you play on that Friday, going 2-0 is massive. That's where Tennessee gets that extra spot. You won't see the Vols again until Wednesday. Remember, they played the winner of the Florida State-North Carolina game, which you won't know that till Tuesday afternoon. So Tennessee sitting pretty, guys. First time you can really say the number 1 overall seed since 1999 sitting there ready to end that streak. Tennessee's sitting there. All good streaks have to come to an end. And Tony V and the boys are ready to do it, guys. But I appreciate you joining us on this reaction. Tennessee getting the 6-1 win over North Carolina. I'm your host, Dave Shumate, longtime SEC personnel guy in college football. Appreciate you joining us. Go like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We bring you SEC content all the time, 24/7, 365, guys. Again, I appreciate you joining us. I'll see you tomorrow.